You're not weak for feeling emotionally drained, even if it feels that way sometimes. Even if you've told yourself you should be handling things better by now. Before you scroll past this, just pause for a moment. Not because you have to, but because something in you might need to hear this. Emotional exhaustion doesn't always come from doing too much. Sometimes it comes from holding too much inside for too long. From staying strong when no one asked how you were really doing. From showing up day after day while quietly running on empty. This isn't about fixing you. It's about understanding what you've been carrying, often without anyone noticing. And if these words feel familiar, maybe let yourself stay until the end. You don't have to go through this part alone. At some point, being strong stops feeling like a choice. It becomes automatic. You wake up, do what needs to be done, and push through, even when your energy is gone. People see you as capable, reliable, put together. So you don't feel like you're allowed to fall apart. You tell yourself others have it worse, that you should be grateful, that this tiredness isn't a real problem. But emotional exhaustion doesn't always look dramatic. It looks like losing motivation for things you once cared about, like feeling flat, numb, or distant, even during moments that should feel good, like needing more rest, but never feeling truly rested. And the hardest part is this. You might not even realize how drained you are because you've gotten used to functioning that way. You're not weak. You've just been surviving quietly for a long time. Emotional drain builds slowly. It comes from holding your feelings back so you don't burden others. From listening more than you're listened to. From being the one who understands, who adjusts, who stays calm. You learn how to keep things light, how to smile when it's expected, how to say, "I'm fine," without thinking twice, even when something inside feels heavy. And maybe no one ever asked you to do this. Maybe you just learned it along the way. That being low maintenance makes relationships easier. That needing less attention keeps people close. So you carry your emotions quietly. You don't make a scene. You don't ask for much. Until one day, you feel empty. Not sad exactly, just tired in a way you can't explain. That's not weakness. That's the cost of being strong without support. There's a moment, usually a quiet one, when something shifts. You start to notice how often you say you're okay when you're not. How tense your body feels for no clear reason. How small tasks suddenly feel overwhelming. And for the first time, instead of judging yourself, you pause. You realize this isn't laziness. It isn't a lack of discipline. It's emotional fatigue. The kind that comes from being fine for too long. You've been carrying expectations, responsibilities, unspoken feelings, and doing it without much room to rest emotionally. So if you feel disconnected lately, or irritable for no obvious reason, or tired even after doing nothing, your body and mind might be asking for gentleness, not pressure. Awareness doesn't mean you're falling apart. It means you're starting to listen. When you're emotionally drained, it's easy to turn inward, to assume something is wrong with you, that you should be coping better, that other people manage life just fine. So why can't you? But what you don't see is how much you've adapted. How often you chose peace over honesty. How often you put your needs second so things wouldn't get complicated. You weren't failing. You were adjusting, doing what you needed to do to keep going. Emotional exhaustion isn't a personal flaw. It's a response to long-term emotional effort without enough release. And the moment you stop blaming yourself, something softens. You realize you don't need to push harder. You need permission to feel what you've been carrying. Rest isn't just sleep. It's not having to explain yourself, not having to perform strength, not having to hold everything together for a while. Emotional rest begins when you stop forcing yourself to be okay, when you allow a feeling to exist without fixing it, when you admit, even quietly, that you're tired of being strong. This doesn't mean giving up. It means giving yourself space to breathe, space to soften. You don't have to solve your life right now. You don't need clarity today. You just need honesty with yourself. Healing doesn't start with answers. It starts with permission. Being emotionally drained doesn't make you difficult, or broken, or too much. You don't have to be fully healed to deserve care. You don't have to be positive all the time to be worthy of connection. You can be tired. You can be unsure. You can still be learning how to rest. And someone, including yourself, can still sit with you in that space. You don't need to earn understanding. You don't need to prove your pain. You're allowed to be human in progress. If you're still here, listening to this, it means something in you chose to stay, and that matters. You didn't scroll away. You didn't drown this feeling out with noise. You listened. You don't have to fix everything tonight. You don't need a plan. You don't need to feel strong. Just being here is enough. There will be days when the exhaustion returns, when you doubt yourself again, when you wonder if you're falling behind. When that happens, remember this: you're not weak for feeling emotionally drained. You've just been carrying more than anyone ever noticed, and you don't have to carry it alone forever. Until next time, be gentle with yourself.